Hi there, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We're on our way with Palagina to do her quest, which is some diplomacy with Twin Elms. She needs to do some trading stuff with Twin Elms, and yeah, we'll help her to it. Damning the Dirwood, maybe. But what does she know? What do we know? Maybe we could get into that, or maybe we can get some money for it. Because we don't really care about the Dirwood. We're caring about ending this crisis. Let's go to Hearthsong and to the Anarchic. Because that's where we are headed to. Palagina's quest. Yeah, I thought I wouldn't go for these quests, but on the other hand, it is cool to be able to pick them up and do their quests for a change of pace. We had done a little bit much of the endless paths of Ordnua for a while, and that is a good difference to that kind of dungeon crawler heavy thing, because the Anarchic know of the intruder. They must act. What? Intruder. Oh yes, still the intruder. Still Theus. What do we know? Let's go. I think we should be able to build some farms or something like that on our fortress to gain money and to be able to forge workplaces for the pawns in some kind of unheard of fantasy management role-playing game, like the old magic ones. That was really the thing to go for.
I don't know if I should go through with this. Make the trade deal with the Anarchic. If a Valiant deal with the Glanfathins weakens the Dirwood, it could mean war for the Republics in the future.
What other option do you have?
I could put the idea in the Anarchic's head that the Republics are not interested in exclusive trade, but limited trade of goods that they do not already trade with the Dirwoodens.
Yeah, that seems like a good choice to do that. I think we should do that. That's still the right thing to do. The Dirwoodens are at the mercy of the Republics, and they don't even know it. Your actions today can prevent further suffering. She nods her head resolutely, and it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost us anything to be like that. Let's talk to the Anarchic Bethwell. Our paths cross again. Galvus Anams, Watcher of Souls or something. One of my companions, a representative of the Valian Republics, wishes to discuss a trade issue with you. The Orlan turns her gaze toward Palagina. Yes, the Valian godlike, blessed of Hylia. Palagina bristles and quickly spits out a response, so they say. The Anarchic's face shows no outward emotion, but her voice betrays annoyance at Palagina's interruption, and diplomat of the Duke spells. I understand you were to be sent here with trade assurances from your masters. Revered Anarchic, is it true that I was chosen to convey these assurances, but understand that I was fashioned more for war than etiquette? Orlan smirks slightly. In these dangerous times, perhaps it is better to send warriors to do diplomats' work. Palagina musters a weak smile. Indeed, Anarchic, regarding the exclusive trade agreement. Her voice quavers slightly and her golden eyes dart in your direction. Nod head, smiling warmly. Palagina steels herself. The Republics feel it would be in the best long-term interest of all parties if you maintained your traditional goods trades with the Dirwood. The Anarchic's long ears pitch forward. A strange turn. What do the Republics want then? Palagina speaks quickly but confidently. Taondra Tara pearls. Trade will be picking up quite quickly on them in the Eastern Reach. You will buy them exclusively from us for the next 5 years. In exchange, we will be your exclusive market for Adraban and Karo Golan for the same period. Then Amenfath considers Palagina's words for several long moments. An interesting proposition, Valian. We will send emissaries south to discuss the details at greater length. Your appearance here speaks well of your duke's intentions. Palagina bows deeply. Reword on Amenfath.
That's it. My position in the Brotherhood gone. I can't believe I just made up new trade terms to the Glanfath and Anamenfath. Postinago.
Palagina, you did the right thing for the Republics. Even if the dukes can't see it from their vantage, you can deal with their disapproval later.
Verus. They have a saying in Biagepe. New gold clears even the oldest debts. If I'm right, all will be forgiven. If not, there's nothing I can do about it now.
Yes. A child of 5 sons. Wow, and it's already completed. That was short. Taxes collected. Well, at least something. What's going on here? Look at our party. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a call from my car merchant. Yeah. That's very roleplay right here, right? The call from the car merchant inside Twin Elms. But it is about mercantile things at the moment, right? It's about Palagina and her trade deal. And what shall we do now? I mean, I didn't think this would be so short in a way, so we should maybe pick up the cipher now at our fortress and talk with her, because there's also quest. I think it was Dream and Memory. Learn of the grieving mother's past. That seems pretty fitting, as we're doing like a companion quests now. For fun. Just for fun. It costs us a lot at the moment, but yeah, it gives us some experience and it gives us some nice tales to know about them. I mean, we're sending them out all the time to whatever quests here, and what do they get? Yeah, they get their problems solved. That's our deal. That is our deal. At some point, we might also go for...
Gelade. Well done. A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't build them like this anymore, you know. Not by the sea. Too vulnerable to cannons.
Let's have a look here. Let's exchange the party. And let's pick up the grieving mother. There will be a lot to level up, which is always pretty interesting. It's just some kind of hobby for me. So let's accept her. Move her over here.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Let's see what she has to say. What should we give her? Probably some lore, right? And powers. She has powers. Pretty interesting. Ice Strike, Soul Shock, Tenuous Grasp. What is that? Ice Strike. Looks cool. Let's go for Ice Strike. Blind is very good, always. Talents. Greater focus. Increased maximum focus. More focus gain. Psychic Backlash. A retaliatory strike. A biting whip. A soul whip bites deeper. I think I'm for the biting whip. That sounds awesome. For next level. And let's give her some athletics to boot, I think. And some more lore. What powers do we gain here? Psycho-vampiric shield. Recall agony. Oh, that's 2 things we can choose. Phantom foes. Oh, it is making them flanked. That's actually kind of good. Like, really good for our main character. So, mental binding seems pretty good too. Drains resolve. That's funny. Yeah, let's go for these 2. Seems a good support. Skilling her as a support character. And survival. Yeah, 1 survival is good. The rest is... we won't go into that. Oh, maybe we could definitely... yeah, definitely we could go up to 6. So we have the choice. No, 4. 4 would be enough. Yeah, for the accuracy bonus versus creature type. More powers. The shield seemed so great. And... yeah, the shield. Let's go for the psycho-vampiric shield. And now let's increase the focus. And go for more athletics. Oh, new things. Puppet Master. Puppet Master is cool, but we rather go for buffs. Oh, that is a lot of damage. Pain Link. Reapply to nearby enemies. Wow. That's a good focus target. Fractured Volition. That's a good debuff. And... Pain Link. Some athletics. Some... yeah, that's okay. Some athletics. What do we have here? Soul Ignition. Secret Horrors. Yeah, Secret Horrors. Frightened and Sickened is very good. Talents. I like the Draining Whip, I think. Yeah. More damage is awesome. More athletics. And some more lore. And new powers. Body attunement. Ah, she can steal attributes. Pain block. 10 points stolen from a random attribute. Wild Leech. This is funny. And going between is a buff. Oh, that's really good. Let's go for that. And more athletics. Maybe just the body attunement, I'm not sure. All that. Yeah, that's basically a heal. I love it. Then let's go for the Psychic Backlash. Next things goes next. Law. Ringleader. Oh, it's Domination. I don't really like Domination though. Borrowed Instinct. Detonate. Tactical Meld. Oh, that's good. I love that Tactical Meld. Borrowed Instinct. Yeah, that... I think we could go now for things like that. Raw damage. Very nice. This will save up and we'll go for... Borrowed Instinct. Brutal Backlash. Oh, even more Psychic Backlash. Becomes especially traumatic, inflicting a small amount of raw damage to the target on a hit. Wow, we can level up so much. Let's go for more athletics. And level 6 powers. Amplified Wave. Disintegration. Ha! Mind Plague. Ah, rapidly jumping. Oh, yes. And Disintegration, please. I mean, that is good as too, but Disintegration... I love Disintegrate, the spell for everything it does.
What is it?
Let's talk to her.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I had questions for you. When we first met, how was I able to enter your dream?
I do not know. What do you speak of? If you were in my thoughts, I could not feel your presence, nor do I know what you saw there.
As she speaks, you suddenly feel an odd sensation in your mind. As if walking in her thoughts would be as if walking down a back street of merchant stalls, the claustrophobia of wooden shelves and canvas tops made less oppressive by the sheer number of antising vials and bottles that stretch out to the sides of you. You suddenly realize that whether she permits it or not, you could enter her dream and observe it without her ever knowing. And in response, your hand twitches. There is the feeling that you could simply pick up a vial, taste it, sample it, and keep the memory as your own. Suddenly you find yourself back in her, your present thoughts, though you were away, but for a moment she seems unaware of your diversion of thought. Maybe one of your gifts, an ability to walk in memories as easily as someone walks upon the ground. Perhaps you'd like to hear of what I saw in your memories? A mixture of curiosity and fear wells up between you. She raises her left hand, the chiming at her wrists quelling the rise within her. She is frightened, but curiosity anchors her.
And what did you see in my memories? I would hear you speak of them.
The dream, the memory I saw upon meeting you, was you, helping give birth to a child. There is silence, and as your breath falls still, you hear the faint cry of a child in the distance, a newborn child, almost exactly like what you heard in the dream. As you listen, the grieving mother raises both her hands, as if she weaving, her wrists chiming as she does so, in a semblance of the gentle turning she provided while the newborn was crowning. To your surprise, you recognize the motions and the words from a memory, even as they are new to you. As she weaves her hands through the air in front of her, the child's cries grow still, yet the sound of the chimes weaves almost hypnotically into your thoughts. The sky seems sharp and clear, and you feel as if you are towering over your surroundings, as if kneeling atop a great pillar, just as she did in the memory. To your surprise, the grieving mother falls as if her strings were cut, and her knees crack hard against the ground. Her hands never cease moving in the air, the chimes echoing her movements. In a ragged voice you hear her speak. The voice is that of a much older woman than the one before you, harsh, almost desperate.
Tell me what you saw. Show me what you saw. Where were you?
Her eyes, now terribly sharp and real, are filmed with white, silver white like Adra. We were in the middle of a clear forest with a strong wind tearing through it. She leans back, as if looking back at the sky, but her eyes are closed, the film building on them. With a slow intake of breath, you feel time become quiet around you. I do not feel the memory. I do not know if it is mine, but her hair falls across her features again like a veil, and she nods. Or with her chin, but with a push in her mind, but thank you for trying. I want to talk about the birth memory again, help you recall it. As if kneeling atop a great pillar.
Tell me what you saw. Show me what you saw. Where were you?
Huge forest stretching out beneath a great rock.
The stone of the plateau. Its color. Tell me its color.
God, I don't remember. Wow! It was silver ardra, its surface warmed by the sun. As you watch her hands rise before her, she clasps them, then cups them, as if feeling them for the first time, and she stares down in the cradle of her hands, and the chimes sound once, twice, as they swing with the moon.
And what did these hands hold?
Ah... The same chimes you hold now. She leans back as if looking back at the sky, but her eyes are closed. Film building on them. With a slow intake of breath, you feel time become quiet around you. I do not feel the memory. I do not know it is mine. Thank you for trying. Alright, let's talk about it again.
Tell me what you saw. Show
The forest.
the stone of the plateau. And what did these hands hold?
They held a mother while she gave birth painfully. She leans back as if looking back at the sky, but her eyes are closed, the film building on them with a slow intake of breath. All right. Now, let's try this again.
Tell me what you saw.
We should have
The
done
stone
this
of the plateau.
directly
Color.
after
And what did these hands hold?
bringing her the memory. I am not sure. There was a child you were bringing forth, and your hands. I don't recall. There's a sudden intake of breath and then a release. Her eyes blur closed, forming into slits. But in the brief glimpse you have her changing expression. The rippling pain in her features seems to have smoothed. She swallows once, twice, and then you feel her once again in your thoughts. The rasping husk of her voice swallowed and drawn within her.
It was the birthing bell you saw. Has it been so long? Have I forgotten so much?
There's surprise, followed by a rising horror, swirling beneath the words. With the words comes a river of impulses, thoughts, as if loosened from a breaking dam, and as your mind wraps the impulses into words, you realize it is her muscles and her hardened thoughts relaxing and breathing again. There's such an intensity, you almost want to step back from the flow, but you find the wave of impulses cause questions to flow to the surface. Among them is a name. Watcher. What is the birthing
It is a
bell?
plateau formed of the spirit stone Audra. At its top is set a great bell, cradled in the reaching arm of the plateau. It stirs in the wind, and it sounds for leagues when struck by kith hands. In distant times, the great bell served as a Glanfathan watchtower, perhaps. Why they abandoned it, I do not know. Other men came in time, settlers, and claimed the tower as their own. I, in turn, claimed it from them. The pillar became a cradle where I could draw new souls into the world.
Wow, where is it located? The birthing bell lies deep in the great forests of the Deerwood, at the borders of Glanfathan lands, surrounding it barely a town, not one you would find on any map, but it held an important place for those there, even if you were far from the beaten track. Small families tied like a knot, joined at the wrists in mind, in thought. All were welcomed, all had purpose. In your memory, were you helping a woman give birth?
Yes. Yet, I believe you only saw a small part of the birthing ritual. It is not all in a moment, nor in a day. It is a journey of many years between the child, the mother, and I.
There was much I could do to aid the mother, but some sought the physical comforts of the ritual to steady their thoughts. Even Ardra from the bell. Others would seek advice, words of counsel for the days ahead. I was able to provide draughts, tinctures, and a reading of the child's spirit, all to strengthen the mother. Can you tell me about the ritual?
The ritual was one of many steps. It took many tens of years to carve them, but always the child's thoughts were there to guide me from the moment it began to awaken, to the 3 seasons within the mother, to the birthing day, and the years to follow. The child's thoughts, that is where it began. The expectant mother, I could often sense her thoughts, and those of her child, before she could. I would soothe her, free her from the panic of questions. I would sound the memory of the birthing bell atop the plateau in her mind, letting the memory of the vibrations fill my thoughts and hers. Often, the child's soul could hear it too, so the sound of the bell echoed in the mother's thoughts.
You sense the mother's thoughts? Sharing memories and thoughts can bond lives together, as can hardships, and most of all the sharing of what is familiar. The bell itself provided shelter for such thoughts, opportunities to see deep into the crevice, hollows in the rock where one could find shelter, clefts where you could feel the Adra all around you. As she speaks, you feel your legs bend, crossed, and the warmth of walls around you and blankets woven thick beneath you. Such shared images can bond souls even tighter and allow them to draw strength from each other. Oh, very philosophical. You mentioned the ritual lasted years. What would happen after the birth? Once the pain is channeled away and the mother and the child breathe again, I sound the birthing bells on my wrists and allow the mother to hear the child's thoughts, the ringing, echoing in each other's thoughts. The bells open the way between them, let her feelings pass into the newborn and let her feel the child in return. And when the feelings meet, that is when I weave another memory and leave it tied to their minds. Did these bells play an important role in the birthing process? Yes, and for years after I gave a set to the child after delivery. It is a reminder of the memory the mother and child shared. You feel an odd sensation, a warmth, and you can feel a smile being shared. Then it flickers and it is gone. As the bells coax the child forth, so they accompany the child onwards, fastened about the wrists, to care for him in mind and body. There's no magic in it, except the magic of practicality. If a child sought to leave their cradles or escape their cribs, the mother could know through the warning of the chimes alone. At times, if the bond was strong, so would I. They are very practical then. The sensation of a smile comes again, slower, more knowing between you. If not watched children, much trouble may be had from tiny hands. The chimes are kept until the child needs them no longer. When I no longer can hear them sounding in my mind, I know their spirit has changed and the bonds we shared are long gone. This shedding may last many years or but a few, but it is necessary. So you watched over these children for years after their births. Children are fragile things. Even the ties of blood and mind may not be enough. They must be watched, and even then the body may fail the mind. But if watched, even the most sickly child may cling to life if determined enough, and many of their souls were tied to me. If a child's spirit failed, I could sound the chimes in their mind and grant them strength, even from afar. It did not always serve, but it gave hope. Sounds like you've seen a tragedy too. Enough to never wish to feel it again. In the times before the bell, children who died were cast upon the waters of the lake beyond the bell, sometimes while alive if their pasts and futures were deemed weak. It was a different time. Children were treated carelessly. Those times are past. I have other questions about the birthing bell. Ask what you will. I will provide what answers I can. Why would you give a telling of a child's spirit?
Many would come seeking their child's future, or a reading into the child's past, the lives its soul is said to have lived.
There's a slow chill, and for a moment it seems as if she's going to fade from your vision. as if she can't bear to be seen, and there is a spike of fear, of alarm.
Such things are not mine to see. I meant no offense.
Oddly enough, it feels like she's not speaking to you. It feels like she's speaking to an audience. The air takes on a curious edge, a chill, which persists for a sharp moment, then fades into a dull fear. You feel the word watcher resounding in her mind. You're frightened. Something about watchers? As the thought of watchers crosses your mind, you feel a sharp pain, stabbing, and the sudden burn of lashes across your back and shoulder, and then it is gone, and you feel the grieving mother before you, silent, almost fearful, wary.
I was something else, but because the title Watcher was cast on me, the word carried a weight I had neither earned nor deserved. The world seems filled with such titles. They distract, I think, from the actions of the person, from their strengths.
Why did you believe you were a watcher?
The world has many corners, and in some corners the name Watcher is more known. It is an easier title than others, and at times it is easier to wear. Placing a title upon what is unknown can dispel the fear of it, and I did not fight it. I even believed it true, though I knew little of the ways of watchers. It even granted me strength. I was able to see the thoughts of others, shape them, and help guide souls. Watcher seemed enough, and the name seemed to matter little in the light of one's acts.
But if they came to you to read their child's souls, what did you tell them?
I drew upon the present. I felt the soul of the mother before me, and used that to tell the child's path, to give it a voice. If only the thoughts of the mother and the emotions that lie beneath were mine to impart. I did, and so I used that as the telling of their child's future.
Wow, what if it turned out to be untrue?
Futures fulfilled by one's own spirit are as strong as anything seen by another's eyes. And if one draws from the emotion of the mother, it matters only when harm is done. And their lives I knew well. I could weave their lives, their thoughts over time, to the mother, to the child, and once the child had been born, was sheltered, I could relax the threads of thought until the child could stand on its own.
So you shaped their thoughts, made the readings true.
This is my calling, to show them the life I see before them, and even greater, make them believe it.
Wow. That is not what a watcher does. We do not shape minds, we see them as they are.
Even the most strongly worded tells may not be enough to save a child and allow it to be born. If I have the strength to strip away the stem of a mother's spite to expose kindness, weave nurturing from disdain and neglect, then that is my calling. And with the weight of Watcher behind my thoughts, these tells gain strength. Strength I never possessed on my own. They believed, and what they believed became the truth. With each child that was set upon that path, the title of Watcher became stronger. You must understand, without such weight upon my words, many lives would have been lost, drowned, cast in the lake beyond the bell. Now the trail to the lake is lost and reclaimed by the forest, as was meant. A watcher was not there to look over us, but it was a watcher that saved them, and with a watcher's strength, children were born, were cared for, and grew strong.
Well, to stop such a catastrophe, it was a great achievement for an individual to stop this irrational and cruel custom. It seems your readings were necessary.
What use is a frightened will when a spirit is at stake? Would you let the fears of a mother end her newborn's life? You felt it in the memory, the weight of it, the importance of the child's life. It was a memory we shared.
We share that? No. That memory, it's not the truth, is it? And suddenly, there's a rasping cry across your consciousness. She raises her hands and you see the chimes draped from them. Yet they made no sound as she moved.
A greater good was done, and children were saved. It is a choice you may be forced to make one day, and when faced with it, you will make the same one.
Well, I think she was noble in her goals, but not in her ways. Even if we wouldn't know another way. When that happens, we'll be making our own.
This choice is not yours to make, Watcher. You will do as the world needs, as its children need. It is greater than you and your twist of sight.
Alright, let's continue our journey from dream and memory. What a thing. I mean, wow. Wow. Maybe we'll talk.
Your thoughts
more
must
in the
flow
next
deeply
episode.
indeed.
I have to think about it because it's very, very long. I don't want to take her on adventures. That's reserved for our real party members. But this was certainly an interesting discussion. So, thank you for watching. Happy gaming to you. And next
What
time,
is it?
we might find out more about the grieving mother's past. Happy gaming to you. See you in the next episode.